Read.
Hello, everybody. Plug what? Yeah, I'll plug it in when it needs to.
Okay. Okay.
Merry Christmas. This is the time when all parents have gotten all Christmas presents under the tree.
Or you're still rocking about.
Or maybe not. For some of you, you got kids that'll stay up till like 11, so or 12 or 1 or 2. Shit. But this is basically a hats off to everybody that's going through that right now, because
That's right.
this spell is very hard to break.
It is. It is.
And you don't want to completely
generational
break it because it's
too.
very sentimental.
The holiday.
Because the
Okay.
tradition, yes, very traditional, like you said.
Yes, the tradition itself is beautiful. However, the ideology, the marketing, the pressure, the stress that comes with it is it not just.
And then you got the other side of it where you've got people that are lonely and they're not with their family,
right?
and they're feeling like they need to be into that Christmas spirit. I do it the same thing. Like I'm thinking about it, like, in my spirit, I'm breaking from the spell. It's not something that I just was able to like just leave. Right. Because there's still that spirit there, which is a good,
exactly.
It's
and
a good purpose. It's a good thing. Spirit. So I'm not completely out of it yet either. However, these traditions, what do they mean? Like they're markers in our life. They're markers every year in our life. Like all markers, like even with pagan stuff, which, basically Christmas is, I know we're going to go into it because this is my channel and I can do what I want to. But, and I don't want to piss anybody else off or trigger anybody. I just, I don't, that's not my aim. I'm just speaking my mind.
That's right.
Everybody can believe what they want to believe. It's on you.
And do what they want to do.
Yeah,
and
live your own life.
And here's the thing. I feel like when I started having my kids, that sounded brilliant. Anyway, as I was raising my children, I felt that pressure, etc., whatever, yada, yada. The point is even as I was raising them, I kind of started changing the tradition, right? Like making it a little bit different because, how am I going to help them to feel the way everyone else feels at this time of year when everyone wants to know how they're feeling time of the year? You know what I mean? Like how do I help them to also feel this
Merry
cheer?
Christmas, Jill and Catherine,
right?
And Vicky.
We all feel that pressure, right? And that's Janet. The whole point of this conversation about the
there is magic in this day because we've been, and Yule. That's why we've got to go back to the basics and what it started from, which was, I mean, and some people say it's a bad thing. Some people say it's you actually go, they did bad things in Yule. Right. But it was basically a bunch of naked people. I mean, let's just get honest. In the woods, burning a big Yule log, like a bonfire, and kind of like hippies dancing around a fire. It was very, what's the word?
It was killing
primal.
Yes, it was killing off the old season, killing it all off, and bringing in the fresh new seeds, right? Bringing in a whole new perspective. It's surviving that winter, gifting and giving, and being able to be close and warm and surviving. Marketing has sold us on many other ideas.
What we're trying to do, okay, this is what we're going to do, and especially on this show, but this is where we do this, like I do this. This is what my aim is, and I know that I have to come in at a certain place, but I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm here, and I feel like my purpose, our purpose,
yes,
and the people that are, in alignment with this is to break the spells that have been put on us all of our lives.
Right.
And the spells only work because they're told to you so many times, or they, from somebody you trust, they're told to you, and it could be totally inadvertent, right?
That's right.
But spells can be put on you daily. Right. And that's not, I don't mean some guys, I mean,
and we're not
talking about some guy or some woman in like the corner of like a fucking, you know,
right,
abandoned subway, some area, like putting chicken bones down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, think about how much is said to you. Think about in your life right now, and I want y'all to comment if you want. How many times have you been programmed? If you think about like in your life, how much have you done just because somebody else said it was supposed to be done that way?
You believed it just because everyone else did.
Because you trusted your authority, which is, you should. However, there can be when somebody else or others or something greater is trying to manipulate that, which is just, you know, it's basically, we can get real simple and think about it as like advertising or, you know, in big ways, like big corporations. I mean, I'm not going to get political, but that plays a part. So it's going to come into
that market. Okay. So when we get to our everyday lives, all us entrepreneurs out there, all of us just trying to do what we do and market what we do and sell what we do, right? Like, we have to play in this field of marketing. And when you think about marketing, you start to understand marketing, what marketing really is.
It's spells.
It is spells.
It's done over and over to you. Think about this. Now think about all parts of your life, especially like think about, you know, a year, you know, 5 years. What were you seeing? Like what was the imagery and the communications that were coming through to you, like whether it was through TV, because most of us watch TV. I mean, I still watch some TV. I mean, I watch it on the internet, but and most of it's YouTube stuff or whatever, social network, you know, networks, and listening. You know, I listen to a lot of things. Right. I try to keep a vast knowledge about.
Yes. Find every angle. If someone says,
and that's the whole thing, is the more you learn, the more you realize, wow, like these certain things that we held so powerful and gave so much power to were really not that powerful until we gave them that power.
Right. And understanding you can give yourself that much power over yourself is truly
Merry
what
Christmas.
You need to understand. Yes. Merry Christmas.
Mama Miller and Donna Brown. But yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight. Kind of breaking the spells, breaking the myths and showing you where eventually the myths become real and are real.
Yes.
But what has become myth, or what we've learned to be myth, is actually real.
Right.
What was put in the category of myth was real. And that is my dog. Of course, she's got a bark right now. I don't know, she hears something outside. We've got the door open. It's like, I don't know, it's probably a good, nice 65 degrees right now. We had an 80 degree day today. Yes, we've had our Christmas cheer, so
yes,
if I slur a little bit, it's just partly
Merry
because I bit my tongue
Christmas.
and it's all swollen, and the other part is because I've had down south we have tequila. I was trying to find like a Christmassy cocktail today, but we found a couple, but we're gonna have to like go source all that stuff. Like it's not just something you can just go find. We're not we're not living in a city where we can just go, you know, a mile here, a mile there. We can or all at one place.
Which is
it's gonna need to be sourced, but we'll do it.
Yeah. For now,
Winnie, stop.
We're doing it simple and getting drunk fast.
You like Docs and Stephen King movies. It's senseless. Like really, like think about like what we're wasting our time on. And I say this with everything, because after this and after, you know, New Year's is a cool thing because that's like the end of a cycle, the end of a sun cycle. That's a real thing. We should connect to that. That one matters. This one's more of like, it should be, and it is celebrated this way, but what happens is it becomes very dysfunctional because there's not a real transparency to the real story of what this is.
Right.
Like it was co-opted by, I'm not even going to say Christians, Catholics. The Roman Catholics.
Yes, the
Roman Catholics.
They decided to incorporate this and that and that and this from that book and this book and this book and that, and create one book that said that was just that. And it's great and whatever and blah. But
hello, Diana.
The way they sold us on things, the pressure that people feel this time of year.
Hello, Wendy.
At any time of year, like if there's a certain specific point in time, universally, that many people feel a certain way. Hence, stress in any certain way, whether it's because
I think that should be our name. That should be the name of this podcast. What? Breaking the Spells.
Right.
Or Breaking the Spell. What do you guys think? You like that one? That's, like I said, it's going to come organically. We're all going to come up with different names or different ideas that aren't going to play out. And then all of a sudden something's going to come because we've all kind of put that energy into it.
And trust me, look, the idea of it, the cheer of it, the beauty of it in some states, right? Like, I mean, however, like, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Maybe.
Hello, Krista Moberg. She says, don't get me going on the Roman Catholic. Yeah, they're terrible.
There are
many. And I'm not even going to mention all the shit that goes on there. But what we're talking about is like something new, like a new perspective, because if we can, enough of us can gain a new perspective, and it doesn't even need to be the same perspective, just different perspectives of what really is.
Right.
Real. Right. Nature, the real thing. And not be led astray by people that are trying to make money and are very greedy and are willing to, on a massive level, not use their integrity and just go for it for the money. Because, you know, I'm going to make this much more money. I can buy a boat this year.
Right. Right.
Or, you know, I can have an extra TV, a big one. Or I can have horses, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is when it comes to the point of it's whatever you're doing to attain those things is hurting other people and you're blind to it because you're just going to continue to live your life. That's where there's an issue.
And I'm saying we should never fall into the pressure of everyone else is doing this. Therefore, this is
what I'm saying is the Catholics have had control, and they have a certain amount of control over, and we're talking about the world. We all live in the world. We don't want to be of the world. We want to live in the world and be able to thrive in the world. But knowing that we're being thrown, you know, they're throwing tomatoes or baseballs or, you know, bullets or missiles at us at all times. Not to mention what's natural and real. That's being added to what's natural and real. And, you know, you could actually say that's the natural effect of nature. But I feel like when it's what happens is people just try to change nature.
Yes.
Instead of let nature happen. That flow is what we're supposed to jump in. We're not supposed to control.
Like if we could all remember what it was like to be that innocent kid growing up, thinking, oh my God, wow, and just doing stuff without really thinking too much about this, that, or the other, simply being in wonder, being willing to learn and experience no matter what.
Can you put yours on Do Not Disturb or something? What are you getting dinged by?
I don't know.
Probably are you sharing this out?
I mean,
sorry, guys. We're just talking. But, you know, it's Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. And it doesn't, you know, like we're not 5 anymore. Like, no. And I almost like, do you guys think that, I'm going to ask you just a serious question because this question's come up in my mind. And I know it's one of those taboo questions. But why is it taboo? I don't know. Because it's too sacred to be talked upon. Do you think that like lying to your kids about an imaginary or maybe a real, but maybe a real that they're giving energy to that have a totally different perception of what that God or that deity or that archetype really is? Santa Claus could be a totally different person than you think he is. As far as what the root came from, where did it start?
Where did Saint
And some
Nicholas
people, some people like to play games, live action role play. That's okay. But what I'm saying is breaking the spells. That's got to be the name, because you're going to come into this. If you want to break a spell, and we're going to talk about whatever comes up, on whatever week. Yes, it'll be love and relationships. Yes, you can jump on. You can talk about things, and I'm going to leave the link if you guys want to jump on and talk here in a minute. But I think that's what it needs to be. I just feel like that's what I'm seeing is breaking people out of their spells, because I teach a class that I feel like we've gotten so advanced that we couldn't just bring anybody in that just jumped in like on a live stream.
Right.
Like I did something on somebody else's show, which I feel like was a really great. It worked well. It was the right content, but that's something I teach in class. And that's why I want to do this, because this is the content that I'm putting out. So the people that are watching and the new people that come in, they're going to see that. And I feel like we do need to create some space, which I feel like this is, where if you do want to join that class, if you do want to join, which me and Norma both teach, and then we talk a lot about things like this. This is kind of the introductory orientative class. This is like the orientation. Like, this is how I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to talk about things, but then I'm going to bring you in deeper if you want to actually join the class, or you want to go into that more of that deeper type of thing, which there is. I don't know why I'm talking so much about it, but there is cause and effect in it. Like, understand, if you go experience something, you're going to deal with the good and the bad of it. And I've always said that. Hello, Teresa. So let me drop the link. Hold on. Let me drop the link.
But we are living in a dual reality. All right. So, truly walking in the balance, integrating all of those lifetimes, all those experiences, all that can be, all that has been, all that
will be.
That's right. Bringing it all into your balanced now. That truly is what we aspire to be every day, right? It is not about shutting out your darkness and or bringing in too much light, or like just.
How do I comment?
It truly is that balance between the two. You know what? In this moment, I need a little bit of my dark side here. I need a little feminine work, a little feminine magic. Oh, whoa, hang on. No, this guy's over here playing this game. So I need a little that masculine.
All right, I posted the link, so if anybody wants to jump on and talk about it and have a discussion about it, I think it's important, because especially with the spiritual, and that's what I deal in a lot. But I deal with the logical. I deal with what's going on in the world. I pay attention, because I'm a psychic. That doesn't mean I can't be taken. I can't be taken advantage of. That doesn't mean I can't be naive about things.
Right.
I mean, I'm just working with what is working best with me in that flow, in the anime mundi, in the flow of life, in the Tao.
That's right.
If I speak about it, it's the force. It's what keeps us going. And I think we need to stay in that force, or stay connected to it, always striving for it. Hold on, we got somebody who wants to come in.
Right.
Oh, Wendy's coming in.
Welcome, Wendy.
Hello, Wendy.
Merry Christmas.
You're on. What's up, girl?
Merry Christmas. You guys got a very good subject. I was already starting to put my input in the comments.
Go ahead. What's up?
So you were talking about, oh God, you jumped from so many different things. Okay, let's talk about the Santa Claus spirit. The Christmas, different forms of stories and Christmas.
Just the whole spell of Christmas.
Okay. From what I have observed on all the different beliefs and cultures and rituals over the many thousands of years time.
Do you have your finger? Hold on, Wendy. Do you have your finger on the microphone or something? Because I'm getting like a lot of blurts, and you're getting cutting in and out.
No, it's my earphones. It's not my thing.
So put it up a little closer to your mouth. I need the mic closer to you.
Can you hear me now?
You're still pretty faint.
Hold on.
I mean, you're okay. We could probably try to work with this, but I mean, it could be better.
A lot of deep listening.
It's better.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
The problem
That's
is I
butter right there.
don't have you guys.
You don't have us. What do you mean?
I'm probably gonna jump out and come.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, your Wi-Fi's doing weird shit right now. Anybody else that wants to join, she'll be back.
Yep, she will be
But
right
those
back.
are the links right there. Grab it and come on in.
Okay.
But what we're talking about is just realizing like the natural flow of things. And if you actually start to pay attention to the natural flow of things, you start to pay attention to other things in life that you're seeing. Like, well, okay, I see it from a different perspective or a different angle. Hello, Wendy.
Oh, I'm here. Okay. I'm so sorry.
All right.
There we go. That's a lot better.
Oh, okay. So what I was seeing is also being a child, being raised with the Santa Claus,
Yeah.
as well. That was something my father provided, but then also being raised with the crystals and the Native American culture that was coming from the Cherokees and the surroundings and the animals.
Mhm.
I had a mixture of opportunities to thrive from as a child.
Right.
As I got older, it didn't take away anything. It didn't take away the Santa Claus thing was about the magic and the innocence and the love and the gift, and that's the way it was installed in me when as a young child.
Right.
Growing up, it kept me magical. And then when I learned other aspects, like how it all started, and then found out the pagan belief system, and then how the Catholics ended up doing it, and the Christians tore it up, and then
Mhm.
going all the way back before it was even Christ wasn't even born on the 25th. It was in
Right.
August the 19th, I believe.
Right.
So
Right.
all that, it didn't take the magic away. I fully support anybody's storyline that provides a beautiful energy of hope and light. And as they choose to transform their experience and their journey in their life, that will too. It's all energy. It's all energy. And as you get
That's right.
older, the story's going to change, and it's not going to be any less or any more for anybody else. So I'm not like my children, although I'm aware, I still provided them the Christmas tree, and I provided them the experience, and I provided them the magic of getting the gifts and the giving, and they're
Right.
fully aware of the story not being real, and we still practice it today.
Right. Right.
Right.
And see, and I think that's kind of where I'm trying to, I guess, break the spell. And that's just it. I think that everyone having that magical moment and that heritage or that like thing that they bring on because they feel that magic, that moment, that togetherness. I mean, if we thought about Thanksgiving in the real way, we're like celebrating a mass slaughter, right? But we're remembering the
We're
feast
afraid to
beforehand.
jump out of that box of like
It's-
popularity. Like this is all good,
It's
and yes, that's what's happening. But you got to
It's all
understand.
depending
Like,
on where everybody's at. It all depends where
right,
you're at. When you're
right.
supposed
But
to see,
let
when
me
you're
finish.
supposed
Let
to
me
be
finish.
jumped out of
Please,
that
let me
box, you'll
finish.
jump
Hold
out of
on.
that box.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah.
see what I'm. Let me finish. So when you wrap up a lot of good, and there's a lot, it's kind of like you have a contract, right? And everything sounds good from what they've advertised to you, right? Everything sounds great. It sounds awesome. It
It's
works,
just
and
this
it does do
one
that.
thing you gotta
But
hear
then
about
there's that
that
small
one
print
thing
or
you-
that shit that's said on a TV commercial or a pharmacy commercial that says heart problems, and you know what I mean. Like that is just that's another
Yes.
spell. Like, and it's another spell that's canonized, and that we've got to be understanding in that. We've got to understand that part that's playing out
Like I
because
don't want to take
those
away the
little things
cheer,
have burrs in them.
optimism.
These
of
little
the
stories have
holiday.
burrs in them that can actually be detrimental to
Right.
people and your family.
In the human concept, in the human mindset, it would have that situation. If you're looking from a conscious point of being, the child will only know how to say ABC.
Right.
The child would only know ABC until it's ready to learn 1, 2, 3 on the next level. So each is necessary for what it needs to play. Each person individually as consciousness has to have that physical experience regardless of how awful it is.
Right. But math and science have nothing to do with emotion.
No. I'm just saying I'm
which
using
is
that
fine.
as an
Like
example.
I'm very into science. I'm very into math. What I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or prove them wrong.
Or take
I'm
away
just
from
saying
the
that
holiday season.
there's
right?
there's like pure lessons where you can teach them things,
Yes.
and you can teach your children like, hey, from a transparent place. If you want to be transparent, these things need to fall away, because that means we're worshiping something else that we shouldn't be. We're not worshiping the oneness. We're worshiping because the oneness already has like, I'm going to give it to you because you need it. I'm going to give it to you to make you happy, but I'm not giving it to you because I need to make you happy. Because if you start thinking in that giving of like material, and that's where it gets to be, and that's where it is material things, not like true like gifts, like a gift where
like it is.
One person can tell the other, a teacher can tell the student something that will enrich their life for the rest of their lives. Or you can just give them something and make them happy momentarily.
I raised my children for this time of year when they were younger. All year round, it was all they could be doing what they want. They were selfish. They can do whatever they want. This time of year, it was not about them. This was about giving to somewhere else. So where that gift came in, which means they had to go out and work. They had to do service to somebody else, not service to self, to earn money or whatever it was, to buy cookies or make presents or go to the food banks or whatever. We did the food banks and the shelters and all that stuff to provide.
So you did awesome
else.
though. You did great there. Yeah, like you did. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You had Christmas
they
was
got
the
the gratitude of receiving as well, because sometimes when you're doers, you have a hard time receiving as well, and you make them gracious receivers. And I know everybody don't do that, but I have a hard time being the devil's advocate, not because I do it the right way.
you are arguing me. I'm stupid, but I'm not dumb.
You're doing it well.
It's hard for me to really, because I understand the human.
But you
perception.
see where that triggers you though. It triggers all of us this way.
We all talk.
We feel it in our heart because.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
your heart felt it.
Let me give you a little example, okay? And I'm gonna play the devil's advocate now.
And then I'll come in.
People that sit at Christmas alone, like we were talking about earlier, that have nobody or feel like they have this, like this is when they need to see their family. Like there's another side to this. People that are so depressed because they're all stressed out about, and they're barely making enough money to pay any bills, and they want to give gifts, but now they feel like assholes because they can't afford it. You know what I mean?
My husband did that today. My husband just did that today. I talked to my daughter, and I'm separated from him, and he's got his own life and his own thing. And I found out. I says, "Are you seeing your dad?" And she's like, "Well, no, he's not seeing anybody." And I said, "What do you mean he's not seeing anybody?" She said because he didn't have any money to provide any gifts, so therefore he's not going to see anybody because he don't have nothing to provide them.
Because he feels
and he's got a brand new grandson. This is his first Christmas.
And see what
he's like, 19-year-old daughter, a 21-year-old daughter, a new son-in-law, and you're going to step out of Christmas because you're being an idiot.
This is what I'm talking about. That's my point.
Yep.
That is a negative aspect of Christmas that happens every year.
Yeah.
I've seen it in my own fucking experience.
But that's a choice, though, because if you're going to sit there and step away from your family because you're using money as an excuse, I think that's, excuse my French, that's complete bullshit.
Well, that's a different story. If he's actually, hold on, I got to calm my voice. I'm usually chill.
Because I'm talking.
So,
sorry.
If that's his intentions is to make that excuse, Christmas has nothing to fucking do with it. Boom. If that's his pattern and that's what he does, that's not what we're talking about here. We're not debating that. That's a totally different story. However, I'm talking about people that are so stressed out because they invite everybody for a fucking dinner and they don't show up on Christmas Eve, or some present wasn't good enough for somebody, or somebody felt like they couldn't get enough presents for people because they couldn't afford it because they had to pay the light bills or the power bills instead of buying Christmas presents.
I was there for 5 years. I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
you feel
about.
Worthless.
That's that whole dream is what I'm saying, is that dream that you want to see.
And some people
it has a gutter.
Yeah.
It has a dump.
But you know what it did for me? It gave me a really deeper sense of love, gratitude, how to really love somebody, to to be
And that's
gracious
good.
receiver and
Take the
giver,
good
and not
from
even
it.
have to have a physical aspect.
Right.
So it
Take the
provided.
good from it. Take the good from it. But understand, there's a lot
There
of
are others
darkness that comes with it too.
Yes. Just that simply feel the pressure, that simply feel the they have to do something they cannot.
And I know it hurts.
You know?
It doesn't. It's not something that's like. I'm. What I'm saying is, I'm observing things, right? As I get older, and I learn, I'm observing things, and I'm
still
not
afraid
going
of
to
them
know
in a different
everything.
way.
That's why I'm on this.
Yep.
You know, I do want to know
Yep.
as much as I can, but it's just an observation. It's a shamanistic observation that will get everybody. It will fuck with everybody. I'm sorry, like people will get triggered by this because I'm triggering myself.
Yeah, you are triggered by it, but you have a purpose to be triggered by it, because you, as a representation of the community, of whichever label we want to call it, that's being triggered and speaking about this, is also bringing this to an enlightenment to people, or they're just not seeing it.
Yeah, what I'm wanting to do is move the Overton window.
That's right.
A little bit.
Here's the thing.
I want to help move the Overton window to where, because we all want to see this place where we're beautiful, where you see your powers happen, where you can actually see them play out, right?
Indeed.
And see them be played out back on you, and have that vision, like right in physical form. We all want that, but we don't want to break through certain
bubbles,
walls that have been put up.
That's right.
To keep us out of what we truly know.
I've seen the best practice of oneness, and exactly what you were talking about. I'm going to talk about one of my stories that you probably were with me a few years back. I was in one of my journeys where I was in a hotel room again. And I was in the ghetto area, what was called the ghetto area, Crackville ghetto area. And it was this time of year. It was this Christmas time. And all I had was a rice pot, a coffee pot, or whatever. And everybody there, you know, you had your prostitutes, you had your drug dealers, you had your druggies, you had whatever that was in these type of rooms.
Yeah.
And it was cold. Nobody had any money. Everybody was broke as hell. And everybody was coming together with whatever we had. Like, I provided the rice and somebody else provided something else. And we all came together, and it was no animosity. There was no there wasn't any of this fake bullshit out here that the real people that have the money, that have the positions, that have the houses, that have the cars are playing out. And it was the best oneness and unconditional, no judgment that I've ever experienced in all my life.
Right.
And I'm finding out that the people that are considered lesser than, or in poverty than, or lesser, or whatever the terms are, lower vibration than, seems like they got a lot more better understanding in the heart frequency.
Yes, you're right.
Right.
What's
than
up, Teresa?
the ones that are up there.
The stream. Yes. Teresa just joined the stream. What's up, Teresa D?
The only thing.
Firefly, what's going on?
Great. It's great to have found you. But yeah, I got stories about this too, because I had some pretty poor times with when mine were little, and it's just all a game, man. I want your whoever was speaking to be able to finish your story. I didn't know if she was done or not.
Wendy.
Hello, Wendy.
Hello, baby. Go ahead.
Hi, I didn't want to interrupt because I felt it was something important. Did you want to continue?
Done. Yeah, I'm done. No. I made my point.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure I didn't interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Good. Finally getting over a little bit of cough, so that's great. Good. And then I did a double flamp airborne trip right onto my nose. Got blood all over the place, so there you go.
Oh no,
real fun.
Yikes.
Story of my life. Yeah, but this Christmas stuff, there was a time my mom was dating a millionaire, and his kids and us joined up at the same time on Christmas morning for gift giving.
Yeah.
And oh, how different that was. we were sharing gifts that we had made to each other, and we were so grateful, and we truly were, that whoever could bring whatever, and whatever gift was given full gratitude. And then he walks in with his kids, and they're sitting there griping about these huge monetary items. And when they saw us, what we were grateful for, it kind of like, it never happened again. They never wanted to have Christmas with us. But it was really profound for me to say, wow, this is so much more than what they had to offer. What they had to offer was dry. It was, it just, there was nothing to it except money. And I was really glad to be in the family I was in. That's for sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When I was a child, I loved Christmas.
Of course.
I grew up in a middle-class family,
magical somehow.
I mean, that was nice. And you know what? But you know what? It was, think about this. Okay, Teresa's in the class. She's in my class. So think about it this way. We're creating or giving power to a God that's actually making us give our money to a lot of elite people.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody does that.
To one, too.
Well, see,
it's like a tax.
Here's the
thing. You think about it, and that sounds shitty. That sounds shitty, but I've sat with my mom on like many years when she like makes this big meal, and my mom's a great cook.
She is.
But she like goes and spends, $500 for a meal, for one meal.
Wow.
Or maybe not that much. It might be less than that. It's not like caviar and anything, but it's, like, and then I see nobody show up, and my mom's depressed. She's drinking her wine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I could see where that could hurt her feelings.
I could see.
Well,
where
what I'm saying is,
I
think that there's a lot more. I think that there's a lot more of that going on Christmas than people like to let on, because everybody is loyal to Christmas.
Yes.
It's like being loyal to the American flag,
no matter,
or the fucking Russian flag, or whatever flag. It's the same thing. We've got to get ourselves out of that mindset, because that's what keeps us in this like lower vibration.
When we all decide that no matter where we are across
so what you're getting with Christmas is you're getting what we're all really, and let's what really matters is the whole build up to Christmas.
Yes.
Let's just admit it. It's the lights, it's the beauty, it's like that. But that's it's like, getting lulled to sleep by all the pretty lights and the Disney movie.
But you know what? Wait a minute. I gotta tell you, I love the freaking Disney movie, or not the Disney movie, the Hallmark channels. I love the lights. I would have my lights on year round.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Because that's the magic of it. And if we can get more into the magic on an every damn day basis, and not only have it a month before Christmas, that would be great. And that's where we're missing the magic.
No, I think that's where I would argue that that's where we are right now, and that's why so much damage is happening. It's part of it. It's not I'm not going to blame it completely on that. I'm just going to say that I think that that's what gets us in this place of like,
a lot of family
we want to be in that fantasy land. And what's real and what's magic with a K, with a hard K.
Magic, 5 minutes of magic will change your nasty reality.
Are you really talking to me? Are you talking to me right now?
Yes,
I'm talking to you right now.
Right.
Calling you out, love. Think about it. I mean, you think about it. If you're putting the energy into it, 5 minutes of me seeing.
Yes, but why are we using Santa Claus? Santa Claus is not working.
He's a fake
Santa Claus is not working for us, and what we need to change.
To simply manipulate our
I'm not talking about worshiping Santa Claus.
And Disney, you know what? I appreciate Disney, but I found out a lot of things about Disney that's really fucked up, and we can go into that too.
And I do appreciate his art, especially his early on,
and I read
when he was alive art.
God damn it.
Who he sold his company to art.
No, there's a lot of things. We're not going to go into it. Maybe next time.
That's bummer.
But you know what? If you're looking at it through innocent eyes of a child, you don't have all that toxicity. So the energy is still energy. The energy does not know if it's wine or water.
Where's the energy originating from? Where is the energy originating from? It's not from your heart, really is.
If you have pure eyes, a pureness, you're coming from out the woods and you see this magical thing and it just delights you without knowing all the toxicity that may be implanted, and you just have the pureness of it, you're going to generate the pureness.
But I can actually tell you, that's when Jack took the magic beans. Like, Jack took the magic beans, and I mean, eventually he learned from it and he got something out of it. But that's that whole story. Is
if Jack didn't take the magic beans, my Grace, the story wouldn't happen.
Being tempted to something when there's something greater beyond that.
My Grace, would you agree that AKA Lady Grace, Wendy Kales, makes a significant presence on Facebook?
Did you just talk about yourself in the third person?
Well, I am, because it's because my consciousness is labeled as Lady Grace. That's what the energies you guys know as. Right. That's why I say AKA for the ones that know.
I was a joke, but I obviously it bombed.
Well, my point is, I represent everything that is being argued against, because that innocence that came with me, that even though I see the darkness of, I don't allow the darkness to obtain the pureness of the soul that's seeing it. And this is what I now went through all that shit that you're talking about. I had the rich, I had the poor, I had this, I seen that, I know all the dark sides of it. And it still comes out to be light, to represent to the masses the love, unconditional, the art of allowance, to let people make their choices and decisions on how it goes. And it still comes out to a positive thing. Let the humans be human and experience what needs to be experienced. When the student is ready, the teacher will show up and it'll change 5,000 times. If you allow anger and bitterness to get into you, you're not getting the purpose. You're going to be on a guinea pig wheel over and over and over again.
Here's the only spell we're trying to break right now, or like myself at least. I need you to understand that we need to not have a singular ideology. I am in the middle of winter, burning up my Yule log, keeping myself warm, giving myself sustenance.
In our case, it would be a propane tank and a propane heater.
It doesn't matter.
That's our Yule log.
We're
not dancing naked yet.
It's understanding that we are bringing ourselves through a new cycle. We are killing off everything right now. All right. Only using what we need to sustain ourselves for the next season. Understanding right now, everything is soaked in whiteness. It's done. It's renewed. It's rebirthed. It's done. It's gone. Newness is coming. Okay. So understanding that in a way that is, we got to go out and buy ourselves is the most fanciest next thing for the whatever we got to get. Look, if you understood it, that through my season, I'm an artist, and to get through the deadness of winter, for me to continue to grow, I need these things. To gift that to someone, that fucking means something, right? You just help them grow through the season. As they are hibernating and building through their winter, you help them grow. Nonetheless, right? Now, those that are living in these hotter seasons, these seasons of growth, they should not be worried so much about the gift of death. Why are they worried about Christmas right now?
Christmas, yeah, bring it back to Christmas.
Why are they worried about the
more powerful
soul? Why are they worried about that right now? Because right now they're really bringing their bursts into light right now. They're on the opposite end that we are. Why are we all celebrating this thing that should mean this one thing, and the gifting should mean this thing? The oneness, the soulness.
I'm going to give you a prophecy right now, whether you want to hear it or not. Less people are going to become. They're still going to give gifts. They're still going to be married. They're still
season is
going to have fun. But for some reason, it's designated that we should do it on this date.
Right. It's been hibernating.
The rebels are going to have a little bit. All that energy is going to come back because there's going to be less and less people enamored or in the spell of whatever it is. And we're just talking about Christmas right now. There's many other spells that happen to us.
Yes.
And why do you think they have to fill every day with like some kind of day? It's got to be a day. Like I'm just gonna have a day and I'm gonna make my own day. Why do you have to provide me a day?
This day.
And that's where we got to remember that when it starts happening like that, I'm not even gonna say they.
We're sovereign. And that's what we need to start getting out there. We have a choice, and we are the maker of our destiny. Period.
Work within those seasons.
Kathy
when you're fully abundant and you're ready
Merry
to
Christmas,
give,
Kathy.
work within that.
Thank you for the shirt. Kathy gave me a shirt and sweats for Christmas.
I love it.
Oh,
nice.
I haven't got her shit yet, so I've got to do something.
She gave me a long.
But I'm not like I'm.
It's
gonna. I'm sorry, it's past the due date, but I'm still gonna get it. It's just like if we were
because we've been working on it. I know.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm not holding to the date.
That whole day, it's like a due date to something. It's like it's gonna expire if you don't do it on that date.
Nah.
That's what stresses the people the fuck out.
That's right.
But then if that's the case, then we got to do that on every holiday. Then we got to say the same thing on Valentine's Day, on birthdays.
Yes, right.
Oh, Valentine's! Don't even give me.
Oh my God!
You're gonna hear something on Valentine's.
Such a fake.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Notice
they're all saints. It's always saints. And Easter is not Easter, but that's going to come on Easter. We're going to talk about Easter when Easter comes.
Right.
But right now we're talking about
the good thing is just women do need a little bit of that extra. But it doesn't need to be on Valentine's.
Dude, if you can give me an extra
Teresa is
without
saying
a
is she
date
needs to
put
get
on
laid.
it, I would appreciate a whole lot more than someone saying
Right?
you had to.
Right, T?
You know what? I know so many women that don't get love on an everyday basis. The Valentine's Day is the one day they get the attention.
You need to get laid.
Boom.
Me?
Who? Me?
What did you just say? Wait a minute. Repeat what you just said.
You're not like just talking to somebody that's just gonna fucking give you all the fucking highlights. You're gonna get some weird pushbacks.
Oh,
we're just joking. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
Damn, y'all are taking it way too seriously.
Way open, but yeah, we're like.
But there is seriousness here. But I'm just. All this is a thought experiment. Like, think about it. Go deeper than
just love your lady. Give her a little extra appreciation now and then. And the holidays don't mean shit.
Hang on. There are some very successful women out there. I know, shut up.
We have plenty of holiday cheer, I'll tell you that.
There are plenty of successful women out there that need to remember that with their men, right? Like it's the human experience. Know that when you're with someone, every once in a while you want to go a little extra just to show them they're there. You're their one. Yeah. No matter how like secure you are in that relationship, especially when you give them that random "you're my one," they're gonna be that much more.
It means more when it's just random.
Exactly.
Holidays don't matter. Days
that they have to think about. And then the whole world's reminding them to remember this day.
This show, you know what? We should celebrate this date, at least for us, where we're all right here right now. We've created the name for this show, which is Breaking the Spell. And I'll come up with a design. We'll get it all figured out, and we're gonna get it going.
And like I said,
but it's always gonna be on my page and my YouTube is part of what we're doing. And I'm going to bring out Norma more so you guys can hear her and listen to what she's got to say.
Stop hiding her. I like to hear her.
Norma.
I know. Everybody wants to see Norma.
I know.
It doesn't mean that they don't want to see you.
No. I'm not offended by that.
No.
Okay.
I just, and you know what? I feel like, from the marketing aspect, I feel like it helps that I'm in the background. Okay. But I also I have this whole idea of if I put it out too much, I'm expected. I'm already disappointed.
Now I got to put myself on expectation.
Exactly.
Yep.
I now people expect something of, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, but you know what? You're the boss. So you do whatever you want, and people are going to sit there and love you regardless, because people ain't going to put no expectations on me when I go live. I'm going to do what I want to do, and they love me because I'm spontaneous.
Right.
Yeah, that's
whatever you feel
great.
good.
And so,
It is good. You guys
Yeah.
are a perfect team.
right.
You are.
So,
You guys are a good trait. Perfect
Yeah,
team.
and I appreciate her just as much as she appreciates me.
That's
And
right.
she annoys the fuck out of me just like I annoy the fuck out of her.
That's right. We
Yeah,
learn
that's
and
how
grow
it
from each
is.
But
other
isn't that
every
the way
day.
it should be?
You know.
I think so. I don't know. I'm just learning as we go.
Aren't we
No,
all?
I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
state that unequivocally.
You guys have had a
We
little
both
much,
understand we are our
Christmas
own
cheer is
individuals
still
enough
in
to,
effect.
yeah.
Okay, well, I ought to get me another round then.
Yeah, you probably should. You got some whiskey going?
Yeah, I do.
Right. What kind of whiskey?
Jim Beam honey whiskey.
I don't know if
some
I
honey.
dare to
Is that
give
70
myself
proof?
whiskey.
I have
Norma
no
can't have
idea.
whiskey
It
here.
just
There's
tastes
I
no
tell you
great.
what,
whiskey for Norma.
here's the thing with me. I am trying to, and here's the thing, I won't know indefinitely because there's not a lot of scientific research I want to put behind it, but my whiskey days, they were around a lot of people that were very, and I have weak boundaries. No, my boundaries are very strong right now. Okay, hang on, Norma, don't you say that. They were very weak in the day.
Yeah.
And I allowed myself to.
You guys been sharing this?
Really feel like it was
We only have
around me.
6
And
people watching. Come on now.
unfortunately, as I would try to do me, but try to
How
keep
can
up
I
with
share
everyone
it?
else,
I'll
right? Like
try.
my little middle ground, but indifferent, like ignorant little me, would try to do a lot of things that brought myself trouble. And most of the time, it happened when I was drinking whiskey. But here's the thing. I would get like foo-bar drunk. Do you think I would go to bed and just wake up not remembering the next day? No. What would happen is I'd hoot and holler and just have my whole night until I was fucking sober again. Whiskey is not my friend. It's,
Well,
I mean, it is.
Good to know that
It brings
now.
out my
Honey, no,
nightmares.
you know what? Honey would probably help because it's like 70 proof. It's like 70 or 60 proof.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like almost a liqueur. It's not. It's like on the higher end of
Probably
like.
right.
It's on the
Actually, I'm
lower
gonna go
end
up
of.
and get some, and I'll let you know.
It does not put me to sleep though. It makes me fucking face myself the whole time. Like I have to really face my whole shit. And by the end of the night, I either have to say face and just go fuck. I said, oh, bitch, all night.
No, you know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get Kathy. Or we're gonna get Kathy. It's coming from Teresa. It's coming from Teresa.
Okay.
When they're ready, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
What's coming from me?
Oh yeah, come on now, Teresa.
No, but I have
the gift I want to give to Roger and Kathy.
Yes.
Is a gift that's not. It's not
like
here.
One or
it's
the
not
other,
here on this day.
It's yes, I know.
And I will pay for it.
We have been,
What I'm saying is, Teresa, that's the gift I want to give Kathy.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? Are you digging what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
I mean, we're talking in street lingo right now.
Okay, I got it.
Are you? I'm gonna lay something down. Are you gonna get it?
No, but seriously.
Okay, 65 proof, my dear.
I'm
gonna look.
No, okay.
2.5 weeks.
65 proof. Okay, that's good. That's like a girl drink. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
For you, that would kill me.
It does still burn a little.
I just straight up drink some tequila.
Yeah, that's all we drink. Because my mom told me, and I finally figured it out.
Switch to, but they're just having a hard time in these cold temperatures.
Yeah, but you got to keep them warm. Keep them warm.
understand.
got a
Make it like a
system
summer,
in.
like a hot summer, humid
Yes.
day.
Yeah, I got a
Understand
system
your
in that
season.
should work.
Know
All
what
right,
you
good.
gotta do within them.
Keep them humid and warm. Like,
Yeah.
take care of them.
Yep.
I will.
And I want you to
I've been
send. I want you to send a half.
sick.
Girl,
I want you to send a
nuts.
half. That's the gift.
I cannot
All
wait
right, to Kathy.
What's that?
until we are out in our land.
I want you to send a
and
half to Kathy,
everyone can kind of put their little piece
Okay.
of themselves. They can send me
and I'll pay
seeds
for it.
or growth or whatever.
Okay.
Just to help you
All right.
grow yourselves out there.
But you gotta grow a mushroom. Like, oops, I just let the cat out of the bag. You gotta grow that shit though. Like, make it like robust.
I'm working on it.
All right, you can do it. Just you're good.
Yeah,
Oh, girl,
I
you
just
got
No
have
this
to
pressure.
shit.
get
You got this
had
shit.
to
If
get
you
a
don't,
system.
hey,
You know this shit.
if this one doesn't take,
Mhm.
the next one will.
Yeah, I believe
Something
that
tells me
too.
the only reason
I'm
And
not
your
giving
I'm
physical
gonna
up.
wait.
body,
We will wait. We will wait.
yes. But the only
Good.
reason your physical body is
Don't have
holding you
much
back in any
choice.
kind of way is because your physical mind is telling you you're holding back and your physical body wants to move forward. So you're like kind of battling with yourself a little bit.
Yeah, because I keep
Allow
getting
yourself to
sick and
simply do
falling
what
right down and
you need
hitting
to
my
do.
face.
Yeah, just stay still for a moment, girlfriend. Grow what you're growing
Okay.
right here.
Keep it going.
Okay? But no,
It's
that in
important.
this,
You know it's important
as it's
medicine.
growing,
So treat
you're
it like it
growing
is.
and you're
Just listen to it. Listen to it.
yes.
What does it want? Not what you want for it. What does it want? What is it
It
calling?
wants warmth.
Yeah.
You are
And I know it's cold, so keep them warm, just like you get.
Yep. I'm
Keep them as warm as
right
you
in
do.
the works.
But more humid, more humid.
Mm-hmm.
you got this.
You got it.
I'm
You got
gonna
it.
say good night to you guys. It's my mother's anniversary tonight, and my father
All right,
passed away
Wendy.
last
Happy
September, and I want to spend some.
anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good night,
thank
lady.
you.
And
We
Hey,
love you.
nice to meet you,
thank
Lady
you for
Grace.
coming in tonight.
Nice to meet you guys. Merry Christmas to everybody. Feliz
Hey,
Navidad,
you
y'all, all that
too.
stuff.
Happy
And I'll catch you.
holidays.
Happy
All
holidays.
right.
I love you guys.
Bless
Yeah.
you.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.
Love you.
So
Good
anyway,
night.
You guys are so much fun.
Well, no, okay, so look, I'm not
I
trying
mean,
to
we're fun,
disenchant anyone, but I am trying to bring you to an understanding of something. And look,
Okay.
because here's the whole thing. Many of us do like, oh, we look forward to this time of year because we get so enchanted, right? Finally, I can fall into the magic of the season. I get to just, okay, and that's great. And that's
I don't
awesome.
like
And
it.
I'm not trying to
Actually.
disenchant you. However, I want you to understand you can bring that enchantment at any time.
Uh-huh.
Really,
Okay.
and ultimately, the way I see Christmas, the reason I understand it to be as close and intimate and the Yule and the only way I could bring it together was because I was in Utah, which is quite bipolar and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, we can understand this. We're in a season of death. Everything's kind of died off to this whiteness. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but in this whiteness is this whole platform now. I've just been brought this whole bright new platform to build my reality upon. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So understanding that life death process, that
where are you going with this?
what I'm going is understanding the season for what it really is.
Yes, that's important. Season.
It's
Okay.
not permanent death. It's a
But
renewal.
what you're doing is like you got to create the season. Like you are creating the season in
That's
the
right.
environment you're living in.
I always kind of
You're
respected my
creating
aunt and
an
uncle
artificial,
because,
but it's not artificial.
yeah,
But it is artificial to your environment.
that's right.
You're creating another environment that needs certain things within any environment.
What environment is that?
Whatever it
I
is
don't
that.
do the Christmas thing much.
No, I'm not talking.
No.
I'm talking about. We're talking about mushrooms still.
Okay.
Like those are the babies that need an environment that isn't conducive to Utah weather.
Yeah,
to
that's why I
create.
had to buy a whole system to help them.
Yep.
And
So you got to come up with a business name, and I'll start selling those for
And
you.
that's right.
okay, yeah, I am totally in on this.
Make some candy bars. We need chocolate
You
bars.
guys need to let me know, okay? I am trying to go forward.
Right.
And Christy came over. It was so fun. She goes, "Oh, come on over to my house." All right. So go over to her house, right? Come back home with the most god awful cold. I've been in bed for almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
All
And
right. So
then
you know what?
and then I get up when I'm almost healed and go airborne over my dog and land on my nose and start bleeding all over the place. And now my shoulders all messed up again. And it seems like the universe is trying to tell me something.
Yeah, it seems like the universe is trying to tell you quit diving over fucking tables and benches.
Well,
and fences.
yeah, but it seems like it also is
Okay, so
telling me
look,
be still.
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
You've been in an in-depth healing process, especially when it comes to breath, air, and your lungs, right? The outer world, you've been cooped up for much longer than the cooped upness you were cooped up before they tried to coop us up. You are dealing with an ideology that you're working through beautifully. Like you don't feed into it, but your body's accustomed to working with, right? Like you really got to work with your neurology, getting your system to work differently. Okay.
Yes.
Because you know better than you react. I know that. I do. I react differently than I know better too. Trust me, I know. It's about getting your body to react. And then when your body reacts a certain way and you understand, when your inner knowing knows, okay, hang on. All right, here's what we're doing again. You got to really bring yourself into your breath, into your prana, into your inner self. Okay. And really go, okay, look, I know we're going to react this way no matter what. I got to deal with this shit. But guess what? We're not going to associate this with that. Because we know good damn and well that's not what it is. We're going to work with this. I know. Okay. We're going to react this way, but we're not going to associate it to it, right? It's about consciously recognizing how we react to things and why.
Yeah.
And also understanding that we have the consciousness and the conscious awareness of being able to actually nitify some of that, right?
Nitify? Like, what does nitify mean?
I don't know. It means like
it means nullify.
Nullify. You're right. I said it wrong. I'm sorry. Nullify.
Shorter versions.
Basically,
I'm
what
trying
I'm
to
saying
teach her how to
is,
podcast, and you know what? She's great at podcasting. It might
yeah, she is.
But
you guys are both great at it.
I'm trying to teach her how to do it. Like, okay, say what you want to say in a third less words.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that even though our body
depends on your audience, sweetie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do a 3-hour podcast. I'm not. That's not what we're doing.
I know.
We're not
okay,
that cool.
but let her finish what
cool
she's
yet.
telling me, because we connect. Okay.
So where are you at right now?
Basically, you got to understand that you're reteaching yourself on a conscious level.
Yeah.
You gotta okay, whoa. Okay, I know that thing did happen to. Oh, I see where. Okay, I get that. You gotta honor yourself and love yourself and respect that neurological programming. That's what we're working from, right?
Right.
So I'm working against myself here because I began this with this wrong think or this bad thing that happened or this trauma or whatever it is,
or
right?
frame of a thought even.
right? It is understanding that, oh, but I don't have to react that way anymore.
Okay.
We don't have to do it like that anymore. Okay. And you're still going to fall back many times. Okay. Especially when we're really, because it's like we're kids, right? We're reprogramming something. So, as aware as you are, your avatar is at a certain level. And here's where gaming does come into to play with that. I used to hate that Aaron put it that way, but here's where gaming, my avatar is at this level. I know these things. I'm aware of it. But my physical being, my physical body, it seems like it just, it needs this, lesson, right? Like, it seems like I just pull myself in this way because,
hold up, stop yourself. Hold that thought. Hold it. Hold it. I'm going to share the link if anybody else wants to join the conversation.
Please do.
Yes, please do.
You're welcome to interrupt us.
That's right.
Breaking the
This
spell.
is a safe place.
That's right.
All right, the link is shared. If you want to join, just hit that link.
But knowing and understanding yourself enough, like, seriously, you might have to repeat a pattern 100 times before you go, oh my God, it really was my fault. Holy shit. I walked myself into that position 100 times. Why did I? But then not falling into, oh my God, I fell into this position 100 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Understanding, like, oh my God, I was given all these opportunities to see, to grow, to get here. And it took me until here to get there.
Yeah.
But I have all these experiences to now grow upon, right? I see all these different avenues now. Even though it took me this much longer to get here, I now have all these different aspects to see upon that got me to this point.
Good.
But it really does not matter how we got here in this life. Now, if you can integrate all your many lives into this life and you can fucking put it to many people all at once, that's great.
I'm working on it.
And really, many of us can, simply by being our ignorant selves. Seriously, I wanted to say that simply. If you're willing to be open and just channel and just ignorantly let it all out there, you are going to connect. Why? Because many of us need to learn how to be open and just let it flow throughout us. Follow our flow.
That's what I've had to do to survive.
Do not ignore the signs. Do not fight against your current. Watch them, see them, and know when they are coming.
Yeah. Thank you,
Don't
Norma.
judge your path against anyone else's.
Okay.
Because you're seeing it from your perspective, from your life path.
Yeah.
And though your path aligns with so many else's, it does not mean it is the same.
No.
It simply means it aligns.
Yeah. For now.
That's right. Always be yourself. Always speak your truth. Be willing to grow and see yourself the way you are. And only change those things that you, your inner self, are telling yourself, hey, we can do that differently. Okay. Otherwise, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Seriously.
No, but seriously, keep those mushrooms warm and warmer than you. If you want them to give you love, you got to give them love.
Yes, and definitely warmer than me is what they need.
Yep. And they'll do great.
It won't be hard putting it together. I just need to. I ain't gonna even complain about it. I'm just gonna do it.
Right, girlfriend. You got this shit.
Well, I'm glad I got you guys on my side. That's for sure.
We're glad we got you.
That's right.
And just to let you know right now, class is not going to be held tomorrow.
Oh, it's good to know. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, it's probably going to be held on Tuesday.
It is Christmas Day tomorrow, so like, yeah.
That's the fallback.
Well, that's understandable. So Tuesday, okay.
I'll
Does that pretty much everybody know, or do I need to let anybody
I'm gonna
else?
go to guess that everyone's gonna just not go to class if it were tomorrow. So, yeah.
Not tomorrow. But anybody else want to join or have anything to add? Because I'm about to.
Come on and join, and let's talk about what you got on your mind.
Really?
We'd love to know.
Yep, on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
it sounds so beautiful, but there's a lot of people that are feeling pain right now, and I give my love to them.
Right.
Definitely.
Don't worry, you don't have to worry about shit. It's just another day.
Really?
Just get through this night.
It's just another day. It's not. It's over now.
Do you know what it took me to realize?
Tomorrow it's over.
These things. Now look, I never had great birthdays. I mean, I did. Okay, I think my best birthday that I actually remember in my there's a lot of them in there. I'm sure there's great ones, but the ones that I remember, really, I don't even know how old I was, but it was a McDonald's birthday. I remember that birthday. And then after that, I think I was like 6, 7. My dad was still alive. So actually, I was like 4 or 5. Anyway, the next birthday that I remember trying to put a birthday party together for myself, right? Like, I think someone was like almost challenging me, like, you're nothing, you're like whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I tried to throw myself a birthday party. It turned out to be a nothing thing, right? And that's when I kind of realized, and here's the whole thing, it kind of takes those smacks in your face to realize that, you know what? This life really is your experiences. How do you choose to experience it right now? I chose to be very egotistical and no, people like me. They're gonna, you know what I mean? And it kind of sucked. It did hurt my feel goods, whatever, blah, blah. The point is, it woke me up to that. You know what? Life is what you make it.
Yeah.
And you were over here trying to make it way more than it really was. You were trying to pretend your life was something.
Yeah.
When you're over here just trying to get back at someone. Like you were really just in this place of bullshit and pettiness. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't know. It really is. Life is our perception. But if we can understand and realize the truths within our reality, yes, that magical, that whole wonderment that we're sold upon within the season, while understanding the actual season. I'm stuck indoors with this. Of course I need some enchantment and some movies and some whatever. We're dependent now upon what we stored over the summer.
The spells. And those are the spells.
Exactly. Right.
Because when you live naturally, and I'm not there yet.
Right.
I'm working on it.
We are.
But that's what I want people to understand is there's spells that roadblocks that shouldn't be that big of roadblocks.
Yeah.
But they kind of excuse me.
Those spells will drive some people right down to the depths of despair.
Yes, they can really bring people into serious problems and serious, those places where we can get stuck in our own realities, because that's the realities we're living right now.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Excuse me.
It's okay.
I'm trying to decide where
I just took a big hit and it tastes like apples.
Just get coughing up.
It's a banana blunt, but he's tasting apples right now.
Yeah. Guess that's better than what's the
Yeah,
down there.
You gotta find the positive.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, it really understanding yourself. And I think that's the hardest thing for all of us. Okay, here's the thing. I felt like I had the most amazing childhood until I started to recognize my childhood. So when trauma took place, and I don't need to spell out my trauma because trauma comes to us in different forms for each and every one of us.
That's true.
And I started to realize that other people saw me differently than I saw myself. Right?
Right.
When I started to understand that people saw me differently than just like when I started to understand that our experience was everyone's experience and we're all experiencing it, and people were maybe looking at my experience, I got very insecure.
Okay.
Right? Understand. Okay.
Keep it short and say
understanding where we became aware of ourselves and how and why, so that we can be self-aware and not insecure. I've been very well aware of myself for a long time. But that balance of being self-aware and insecure is a very fine line.
Yeah, it is.
You got to understand where you're looking and observing yourself and knowing and understanding yourself. Right? Without allowing anyone else's outer influence, other than maybe what resonates and help you grow and feel good and inspired, to affect you.
Yeah.
No one should ever make you feel less than
where are you at? What are we talking about?
We are talking about that
Santa Claus
spells.
Breaking
spells.
Breaking spells.
Santa Claus for the last 30, 40, 50, 60, I don't know how many years.
It's been a while.
Has been a problem.
Longer than 100.
Because now, us as parents, knowing it's a falsity.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Have to live up to this whole fucking
that's what I'm talking. It's like there's things that like are very happy.
That's right.
That we can get swayed by.
Did you guys have Santa Claus when your kids were little?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for it.
Yeah.
I did kind of sway my kids for a while when Harry Potter came out. We kind of had Harry Potter Christmas.
Think about that place.
Yeah.
That's magical.
Not a good place. Not a good place.
I was able to take them away from Santa Claus.
Hogwarts. Think about a wart of a hog. Not a good place to go.
Yeah.
I was in my early 20s.
That's true.
Harry Potter setup.
I never read the book.
I mean, that's a different
story.
But
I get it. I know.
We're going to talk about deconstructing like Harry Jesus Potter next time.
Christianity.
Okay.
I get it. Fuck. But I took them from Christianity, the whole like traditional Christmas, into falling in love with like a, wizard's Christmas, because I was poor. Dude, we were doing what we could do, and
you just did the best you could.
Follow a tradition without following it, like making it different in our own little like thing.
Christy finally came on,
and so
Merry Christmas, Christy.
Whatever, and yada yada.
Christy,
she's been on for a while. Yeah, Christy's on.
Hi, Christy. So good to know that you're with us.
Christy, you got to listen to the whole podcast because it's going to piss you off before it makes you feel better. Sorry, that's the way it works. That's what I do. I piss you off before you feel better.
Yeah. He's Hellraiser.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. No, Jesus is not real. That's a different podcast. Anyway, she knows the joke. It's an inside joke between classmates.
Mm-hmm. How you
Christy,
doing tonight, Christy?
You want to come on live?
Like, who else is wanting to come talk to us?
We've been on for an hour and 19 minutes.
This is probably a slow time.
No more for you. Yeah, you're fucking got your glasses on and over-explain shit. You can't hold
you talking to me?
I'm talking to Norma.
Genoma.
Norma learned how to control herself and stay a little bit quiet, but he's out loudly telling me why he won't let me have a
Because
little
you
more.
fucking you're like Lucy, like with Ricky.
He's still being Ricky.
But I want to be in
No,
the show,
no,
Ricky.
no. She's not that bad.
No, you don't know her. Come on now.
Come on, baby. No, you've lost yourself in Ricky.
No, I'm not Ricky.
Sorry,
He's a
Lucy
fucking
learned how
pussy.
to shut up, and you're over here going,
okay.
Ricky,
You
Ricky.
just gave her some more
Shut up.
You guys are a riot.
Christy, you want to come on? I'll leave the link. Ow. I just bit my tongue, and every time I keep biting it. Oh my God, it's terrible. Oh, that pisses me out. It's an annoying thing.
Yeah, not fun.
No, but I feel like I was just attacked by the dark side because we've been viewing a lot of things. And I know that sounds crazy. It is crazy. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying I feel like a lot of things are happening, culminating. It's a culminated attack.
I've been feeling the same exact
That's okay. That's
thing.
okay because it only makes me stronger.
My meditation today was nothing but clouds. If I'm being honest, like, look, I sometimes when I'm like really trying to just let it come in, I'm like, and people say, "Oh, what are you thinking?" I'm like, nothing. I mean, nothing. Like nothing's coming in, right? Like it's all blocked out, right? Like it's all like I got these barriers put up and nothing's coming in. Like it's all in here. I got it. I know.
Christy, come on live. Christy, come on live. There's 7 people watching. Hold on. I'm gonna share it again.
Okay.
But
you can keep talking. Oh my God, it hurts my tongue when I talk right now. Oh,
sometimes where I'm like,
maybe you need to give him a kiss, Norma.
Like, take away my talking, dude. That's not cool, dude. That's fucking with me. I have to. That's my work. Sorry, baby. It's communication.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh no.
He's purging, and it's okay.
Well, I will be sending you your healing for your tongue or your mouth or whatever hurts, okay?
That's cool. Thank you. It's my tongue.
Okay.
And it gets swollen because it's
glad I got your permission. Because I will send you some.
I left the link to join the stream.
Come on, Christy.
Or whoever. Like, let's get a surprise guest. Who cares?
We've had one on here.
I just want to say I was very grateful to Harry Potter to be able to bring my kids into a different reality so I can break them out of this whole, it has to happen this way, it has to look this way, be this way, because I was a poor bitch. And look, dude.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Kathy just said something is trying to silence you. I know, but I'm not going to shut up because that's just me.
Well, yeah. Kind of makes you
not like this. We'll start talking code and symbolism. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to stop talking.
No, it makes me mad when they psychic attack me. I get worse too. Get tired of it.
Yeah, I'm getting attacked because we viewed a lot of things, and I kind of feel bad now. I'm like, goddamn, I took them through some real shit.
Who is this?
You're part of them.
I know. I felt it.
We viewed HARP. We've reviewed a lot of things that were taboo.
Which means
I have a new one for you.
What is it? Okay, tell me in chat. Not right here. Or you can tell me right now.
Yeah. I think
where do you want to discover? What do you want to discover right now?
What's that? What did I discover right now? The place? Mount Shasta.
What target do you have?
Mount Shasta.
All right, we should do that. It's gonna get weird and dumb.
Yes, this is gonna get really weird. I don't have the coordinates, but my
Well, what you
problem
would do,
is
what I would like
I
you to
know
do,
a lot
brother.
about it already. So
Yeah. Here's what I want
it
you
would
to
be
do.
hard for me.
No, it won't be. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to kind of meditate and say, if I were to have other people that had no idea, help me figure out what the fuck was going on here, their intuitive ideas, and allow coordinates come into you. Numbers, dashes, whatever those coordinates come in for you, for your helpers, right? And then you give those coordinates, much like Aaron does, right? Like he lets whatever numbers and dashes come in. Here's what I want you to focus on. And we all see different things. You've got to allow yourself to go, okay, I'm seeing this. Now, if I want other people to give me their opinion, a different view, a different sight, okay, help me see, like, what am I coming up with? Allow yourself to come up with that coordinate, even if it's if it doesn't matter if it sounds ridiculous, right? It really doesn't.
Even if it's for a coordinate I can get.
Here's my coordinate. UGQ. Okay. Whatever. That's nothing, right? We all know that doesn't make sense. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. But that's the coordinate you want to pay attention, because that's a frequency in which you're feeling, right? I want you to pay attention to these frequencies. That's your coordinate. Whether it's a number, a letter, dash, it doesn't matter. What you're feeling, the help that you feel like you can get is on this frequency. Focus on this frequency.
All right.
That is your destination.
Okay.
And then just allow whatever's coming in. And the reason you want help and the reason you're looking for blind reactions from people is because you need as much of that whole perspective as you can get.
Exactly.
And then you take everything from everyone, all those different perspectives, and you go, oh, well, this aligns, and this aligns, and this aligns, and this aligns. These are weird, but they kind of align with this too. You know what I mean?
There's so much that aligns. It's freaky.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
that's why I want to get y'all
of
involved in this one.
Yep.
Because there's a lot to be involved in.
Yep. Understanding that whole and the different perspectives of all of it is, because here's the thing, once you start to learn how to work with a coordinate, you can take that coordinate now and go, okay, I want to go above this coordinate. I want to go behind. I'm going to go in front of this coordinate. Right? Once you finally learn how to work with a certain point of space and time, you can then take yourself and work beyond it.
Yeah, will you sell our
and
Linktree donations?
Oh, yes. You can then work with yourself in many different ways, right? You can bring, which is why I say these holidays, the reason we're breaking spells is understanding that's exactly what we're doing. Honey, I don't know how to work here.
No, you don't have to push anything. Just keep talking. It's recording.
Oh, okay. I thought you
keep up the conversation.
Keep up the conversation.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
No, that's kind of like ask people for donations.
No, seriously. We are like contribution based. We depend upon y'all. We try to service everybody. We hope that when you...
That sounds bad, dude. Are we running
listen to everyone.
You know, hopefully everyone's getting out of us what they feel like they're paying into. Is basically
we're talking deep therapy right here, and we're asking for contributions if you want to.
That's right.
The Linktree is in the feature link.
Right.
And Aaron
LINK.
does offer personal readings, and they are well worth it.
That is right.
And all that can be found
Yep.
at his site that he's listed.
And what is the website?
Let's see. It's Aaron. I know there's 333.
Yep. Psychic Shaman 333.
Psychic Shaman. Yeah, Psychic Shaman. Then you're gonna have to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not good with those things.
Hey, I'm not.
Well,
you
put yourself out there. You got on the stage. You were about ready to say some shit. You're like, wait, what am I gonna say?
You second guessed yourself. You shouldn't do that.
I know.
I do that all the time too. It's my biggest issue. So. Anyway.
I've been under attack a lot. I've had like people following me on my landline telephone because I have a cell and a landline.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing an echo for months, and then other people talking. And I'm getting a little bit
like the old landlines. That's how that works.
Hmm?
The old landlines do that too. Remember that?
That's that's what it's coming on. Is a landline.
Well,
I don't know if it's a glitch.
You are right next to Hill.
You're next to Hill Air Force Base.
Yes, we are. Right next door.
Yep.
Do they think they're listening?
Yeah, no, or you're picking up their communications, or both.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to take that into consideration with with all the aerial activity that you're having, whether it's your Wi-Fi or your air, just your whole immediate area.
Sure.
Take that into consideration.
Well, it makes me feel a little better, though. Actually.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad because that's a big thing. There's a big consideration for you.
You want to close down the show? It's been like 2 hours.
How's it? Okay.
Close it down.
Well, I've not tried to take anyone out of your euphoria. Yeah, whatever. Euphoria. It is important. However, if you are going to put a Christmas, a Santa Claus, a reasoning on anything, I would say that let's remember that it is the winter solstice. It is time to kill off those things that are no longer working, no longer growing, and growing those things, or implanting and dedicating ourselves to growing those things that will grow.
That's right. Blessed Yule.
That's right. Be aware, be awake, love everyone, be okay with the holiday. I'm not saying dismiss it, but be aware.
Just remember how much spice is always in these holidays that we're in. That's right. Spice. Remember spice.
I love you all. And
you know what? I love you guys.
We'll talk to you next time.
You guys were a nice surprise tonight. Thank you.
Keep breaking those spells.
Girlfriend. I love you.
Absolutely.
Much love, y'all.
Bye-bye. Good night. Blessings.